I'm so glad I muted Discord right before that. Okay, you guys can. Well, I'm back, but I moved. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm in Ohio now. Big change. Haven't streamed in 8 weeks, 9 weeks. I don't know, something like that. I'm gonna start doing it more. I had a whole little plan for this, and then these guys said they wanted to listen to my opening, so completely threw that out the window. But Sherlock tonight, and who knows when we're playing D&D again next, but I have games coming up. All right, going back to this because I totally had something planned and just threw that out the window. And is everybody freaking muted in Discord still? Yes.
That was beautiful.
I know, I totally came up with that. I had it all written out earlier, but I didn't fully pulling it out.
We noticed.
You guys can't hear the fan that's blowing on my camera right now.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't say anything about Twitch Primes.
I'm not an affiliate yet, so I can't get Twitch Primes. And I'm actually thinking about moving over to YouTube streaming just before anything because reasons. Partly because Twitch got like majorly leaked today.
How much you want to bet that as soon as I'm done eating and about to start the session, Sean calls me?
So the bowling alley's broken.
At least $1.
Okay.
I got you $1.
I know, Mark, your usual bet is you want somebody to buy you lunch.
Or coffee. That's actually been my other... Dude, so yesterday, coworkers at the desk, after the first class, I say, hey, if I go and just throw 3 strikes in a row, get a turkey, you owe me coffee. He's like, house ball? Sure. Okay. First shot, missed. So, bet over. After the second class, I was like, all right, I'm going to use my own ball this time, but I'm going to up it to 5 strikes. I was like, and he said, all right, not the first 2. And third shot, way wide. Terrible. After the next class, I said, all right, I'm going to up it by 2 again. So it's going to be 7 strikes, but I get 1 rethrow. So out of 8 shots, I just need 7 strikes. First ball, terrible. I'm like, well, great. Now I need 7 in a row. Got the first one, feeling pretty good. The second one, I was like, all right. Third one, great. Fourth one, I was like, okay, I have this in the bag. Fifth one was sweet. Sixth one I got away with. So now I'm going for my 7th in a row. And I throw it. Best shot I've thrown out of those 7 shots. And I immediately turned to him and said, you owe me coffee. Stone the 8-pin. I was so pissed.
I saw him coming, not gonna lie.
It was literally the worst.
That's some karma right there with you not even watching the ball go down the lane.
Dude.
All right. How was the 8th shot after you got tilted?
I think I just reset it. I didn't even throw at it.
Yeah, but did you get the coffee? Did you get the next strike?
No, because the first shot was bad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I needed a 7-bagger, and I had 6, and then on the 7th flash, the 8th...
Yeah, your 8th overall shot, yeah.
The 8th final shot, yeah.
Stone 8, that'll do it.
Sweet. By no definition of the word sweet.
How much more you got to eat? Basically, what's your countdown? I was gonna say, basically, what's your countdown before John calls?
Yeah, not much longer. Although I do need like a paper towel to wipe the table. Got some salsa on it.
You're just stalling because you want my $1, aren't you?
Stalling.
Okay. So some aggravation for me today was I was trying to set up a pie hole, which is a Raspberry Pi that you use as a way to block all ads on
God damn it. I fucking knew it.
Did he just call you?
Yes. I'll be
Fuck.
Well, I'm glad we didn't start this. I don't have to pause the recording later. We'll just cut out most of this. So I was trying to set up the Pi hole earlier, right? And trying to connect it to Wi-Fi was such a freaking pain. I don't know if you've ever connected a Raspberry Pi to like your internet. It's not like, hey, here's a graphic interface. You can go click this and type in your Wi-Fi info. There's like 20 different Wi-Fi networks in the area. And it's not fun finding yours, even if you know the name and password. And then I had one typo in the file I made that was just like a missing equal sign randomly in this like super long line of code to get up there. And I spent like 45 minutes trying to get it working. Until
Isn't that the point of Raspberry Pi though, to make everything more difficult for no reason?
No, it's supposed to be like super small computer, super like, hey, you want to just run this super small thing, but you don't want to go build a full computer for it. Go use this. Like, basically, do you want to do something that needs more power than Arduino, but not as much as like freaking desktop or laptop? So I have something the size of an M.2 stick that now works as a DNS server, part of my Wi-Fi now, blocking all ads. But it took way longer than it should have, despite me following a tutorial, because one equal sign. Well, the other thing was I couldn't just copy paste it because the Raspberry Pi like wasn't connected to the internet, so I had to type it on by hand. And like an idiot, I didn't just like I couldn't root into it from my computer because I had to connect to the Wi-Fi first. I thought the wireless would be easier than the wired connection. It was not.
Yeah, but have you considered just getting ad blocker on Firefox
Well, so
or your browser of choice?
The main reason was it's mostly for my TV and phone. When I'm watching YouTube on my TV or phone, I still get ads on those things. I don't get ads on my computer, but I still get it there. So I wanted to put an ad blocker on those things.
Why don't you just download YouTube Advanced?
I don't think I can on my TV.
That's true. Probably not.
Well, the other thing is I have my laptop hooked up to my TV, and if I literally just wanted to use my laptop as the thing, I could, but too lazy. I'm also going to be using that for streaming. When I get the games, when we start doing Borderlands. In 5 months, 6 months.
You mean when
like
we
that.
start doing Halo?
I have never played Halo, and
You've never played Halo?
I'm a PlayStation. I grew up with PlayStation. I only switched over to PC gaming when I got to college.
Bro.
Yeah, I have never once played it. I take it back. I have played Halo, but I've never owned it. I played it when I went over to my cousin's place when I was like 7. And that was like once or twice.
Damn.
Which one?
I have no idea, dude.
He was 7, so probably Halo 3.
It was probably before I was 7, not in all reality, but I remember it was one of the first times I ever played with an Xbox, and I was not happy with the controller, but I got used to it.
How'd it go, Mark?
He's gonna come in at 10:30. So after we're done, I'm gonna go in. Or if we don't finish by 10, we're gonna put it on pause. And then we can pick up next week. Excuse me. Or we can figure out something else to do.
That sounds like fun.
That was gross. Yeah. But at least he's willing to come in. And he said he was even mad that Stevie hadn't like worked out a deal with him. And he was like, yeah, I'll come in, but it's gonna cost you. And I was like, dude, it's not costing me, it's costing Stevie. And that's his problem for not having you train me or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Either way, I just want the thing fixed. I don't want to be at the alley 75 hours a week. Let's play Sherlock. I'm bitter. I'm done. Let's do this.
So, welcome back to Wednesday night, aka Mark's what do you want to call this? It's not your therapy session, but it's your cool down where you DM everything and somehow that still relaxes you.
Mark's Wednesday evening extravaganza.
We'll come up with a good name for this. I might use
what was wrong with extravaganza?
I like alliteration.
Sure Mark already had a good answer.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what did Alex say?
I said I'm pretty sure Mark already had a good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Extravaganza.
Yeah. Sure, Matt. How if you like alliteration, how about Wacky Wednesday?
Wow.
Whoa.
I was gonna
Whoa.
include you in it, but okay.
Hey Matt, do you have Wacky Watermelon?
I don't think I have watermelon.
That's a shame. All
Yeah.
right.
Maybe you should
Oh.
listen to more Harry Styles.
I do have that song on Twitch, but I can't, or not on Twitch, on Spotify, but I can't play it because I am streaming.
Right.
Let me just sing it for you real quick.
You know, I think covers
But, like, we
are
can't all be
covered,
throwing-
and
I don't think I'm throwing to.
I opened up Twitch TV, and instantly there is somebody else.
How to determine if you're a good singer or not? Go on Twitch and do covers of songs.
That'd be great.
Are you guys ready?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Case 6. The Mummy's Curse. April 12th, 1889. We are having our morning tea at Baker Street, hoping that a new case will come our way. Holmes is at work at his chemical table, and Watson is busy reading the Times. The tranquility of the setting is suddenly broken by Watson. What balderdash! What rubbish, Holmes! Watson adds emphasis to his outburst by throwing the morning paper to the floor. How can the papers capitalize on people's superstitions? And the Times, Holmes? It's the Times that started it all. Watson walks over to the fireplace and begins to fill his pipe from the Persian slipper. I must say, Watson, says Holmes, as he turns from his microscope, you must be upset to forsake your beloved Arcadia for my shag. What is it that you find so disturbing? The affair of the mummy's curse, I would assume. Yes, Holmes, you assume correctly, but it seems to me that you should be using your powers of deduction and not of assumption to clear up this matter. It has the whole city in an uproar. 3 men dead, and we are to believe that this was caused by a 4,000-year-old mummy? I am surprised that you have not shown some interest in this, Holmes. I have been following it in the papers and have made some inquiries. It does show some points of interest. I think most of the main points are lucid, but there are a few minor points that still have to be cleared up. I may look into it when I finish up the case I am working on now. You don't mean that you believe this balderdash about a curse being responsible for the deaths of these 3 people? My dear Watson, there has been a curse of murder upon man since the beginnings of time. But I do not claim to know the cause of that curse. I think the cause of these murders is a little closer at hand than a 4,000-year-old mummy. Holmes now turns his attention to us. Why don't you look into this? You may find something of interest. And that is it. The game is afoot.
So
This was
just
Sherlock.
um I just noticed something. We haven't played this since February 2nd, 8 months.
Would you like a recap on how the rules work?
I totally know how the rules work. I'm just like looking more about like we have to look back at previous newspapers sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, we just haven't played this in like 8 months. I don't remember anything about the old newspapers.
That's correct.
Well,
But
just
they are
start
all
with the
in-
new ones and then work our way back if we need more.
Yeah.
I guess if we need to.
So, I will admit, the newest expansion of Sherlock, the papers are front side only, there's no front and back. And the creator said that those papers are like, I think 6 of the cases, those papers tie into each other, and then the other 4, they're all single case, so none of the paper, you don't need any of the other papers. He was also saying that most of the older cases, even though you technically get the culmination of newspapers, most of them don't matter.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not saying that that's the case for this one, but that is just an observation he made. because it made the game a little too complicated for some people.
I will say, like, if we were playing this like on a weekly basis, or
In person.
or even just more regularly, like I could understand like needing it to be like, okay, having it connect to one another, that'd be kind of cool. But like I'm looking at the dates on these things, like it says April 12th for the current one that we're looking at. The previous one was March 5th. Like even if we were on their timeline, that's still like only a month apart.
All right, so I am going to read a couple of excerpts from the newspaper in regards to the mummy case.
I see mummy
Mark,
strips again.
have you done this case already?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, this doesn't look familiar. And I'm getting another phone call. Be right back.
If you guys are on Dropbox, still like to mark anything that we think might be of importance with notes. You guys still have the links to the Dropbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just pulled up my Dropbox.
Okay. We'll make sure you have access to all the files still.
Wow. Starts with a truly racist remark at the very top of this page.
Like, how bad? I don't know if I should put it up.
It says, "Sir, the recent mummy affair points up a fact I have been trying to convince my fellow Britishers of for quite some time. That is the phenomenal number of crimes, particularly those of a serious nature, committed by foreigners. Shouldn't we act now to restrict access to our beloved isle before this tragedy becomes yet worse?" Well, there you go.
Well, let's not exaggerate here. That's just xenophobia.
Okay.
This one's weird because it didn't give us a scene or anything like that. It didn't even tell us what happened.
Well, people are dead. We could go to the morgue, talk to the coroner.
Yeah.
The body of James Windybank was discovered late yesterday in the room he was preparing for the British Museum's exhibit of newly discovered artifacts from the Quebec's mummy. So I assume we have to go to the museum, because that's where the mummy strikes again person was.
Yeah, so museum, coroner.
And then whatever comes from that.
We have to make sure. So this thing says that they found him with linen bandages around his neck. So if the cause of death isn't like asphyxiation, strangulation, whatever, like around his neck, then more foul play.
Ooh. And to the editor of the Times,
Right below
it
it.
says, we cannot bring home the murder of 2 men to a 4,000-year-old mummy. So it's actually 2 people have been murdered.
Well, it says 2 other people. So
It was 3 total.
Yeah, Windybank is the 3rd murder to be associated with the mummy Quebec in the past 6 weeks. something about the Tsar, or like the Russian leader. I don't remember. There was just an attempt previously on him, but French and so we have location. Yo, you guys want to join a syndicate?
Assassin's Creed. God damn
Just
it.
in the in the situations, syndicate required. 6 gentlemen to form a syndicate to purchase a very valuable business with a view to the formation of a public company. Present profits 1,400 euros a year, and yearly increasing. Qualifications 500 euros each, or maybe those are pounds. I don't think. What's the is the E a euro or a pound?
Pound.
Okay, so they're pounds. I don't think euros were around back when this was supposed to be written.
They're not. England doesn't even use the euro. Still.
I don't think they're going to, considering that whole
Well, they never do.
exit situation. I don't know if I see anything else note on the front page. You guys see anything?
Nothing that hasn't already been stated.
Yeah.
You guys look at the second page yet?
I looked at the second page and I read you guys what I thought might have been.
Okay, that was the editor to the Times one, and at the very top of the back.
Yeah.
So, what if we pulled away from this? We have to go to the museum and possibly the coroner's office. You think Lestrade?
Who's he? Oh,
The
the
main
commissioner?
Yeah, the main detective, Commissioner Sherlock's friend, contact police force, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, probably just to see about the other deaths and how they happened.
Gotcha.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
like a
'cause-
secret or something that connects them all.
So it says the first one who died was Dr. Ebenezer Turnbull, was murdered in the actual tomb itself. Another archaeologist, Andrew Weatherby, met a similar fate on board this ship returning to England. The Jardine ship, Eastern Empress, was the scene of that mysterious death. We do have a name. The shipboard investigation was handled by Captain Herman Ramsey and his first officer, Luther Tenney. So maybe we could see if there was a similar cause of death. Because it doesn't say what they died of.
Yeah.
One thing I do like about this game, though, compared to like something that's a lot more open-ended, is if we go to like talk to them, we don't have to say, okay, we want to ask you about this. It just gives you the information. Sure, it may not give you all the information you want, but you don't miss anything if you don't ask the right questions, you know?
Yeah.
But we may not be able to go to him. I
Sorry.
have to look at the directory.
Um,
No. we've been just looking through these newspapers. We found some things of note.
Yeah. Let's see. So I definitely think the first place we should go is the museum.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the second, where do you think the second place is, Mark? Let's see if it lines up.
Let's see. Archaeologist was found strangled. Probably his apartment.
No, we said the coroner.
It was the coroner.
Well, yeah, that's probably good. Yeah.
Possibly
Strahd.
possibly the Strahd, or even the ship captain if we can. Because to see maybe like if there's a second the correlated cause of death or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think going to see Meeks is going to be more useful than talking to Lestrade. Since Meeks is the one who's the medical examiner.
Oh, right.
Well, we should probably just do the museum first and see where it leads us.
Would that be the coroner or the medical examiner? Is it the same person?
They're technically two different people. So the medical examiner will be the one who is like in charge of the bodies. And then Murray is the criminologist. And so he's the one who is in charge of all of the items and substances found during the cases. So basically all their possessions and stuff. Oh, wait, you said coroner, not criminologist. Yeah, the coroner and the medical examiner are the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But in this, they just call it the head medical examiner. Yeah. I don't think there is the word coroner in this whole.
Well, I was just calling pounds euros like 5 minutes ago, so we're all.
Sure. All right. But yeah, I definitely think the museum is a great first place, and I would also agree that Meeks is a good second place, especially since there's 3 bodies that we have to look into. If it was just one, then yeah, I would probably say the person's place of residence. But I think you guys are right. I don't think we necessarily need to go to their places of residence unless
One died in the tomb, and the other one died on the boat coming back. So, but they did say who the investigation was led by, which is like the captain and his like first mate or something.
Captain
So,
Herman Ramsey.
if we wanted to talk to that captain,
Yeah, and we gotta think about who's been with the body the whole time. Like, is there a servant or not servant? Is there like a person that is always with the mummy?
Sure.
I think that was supposed to be James Windibank, because he was the one setting up the room.
Was discovered late yesterday in the room. He was preparing a British exhibit for the newly discovered artifacts from the tomb of the
Directory.
mummy.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the place we're looking for? I'll find it first. The museum.
British Museum is what it specifically just says in
38 WC.
Alright, get my left my pennies upstairs, that's okay. Put my quarters down here. 38 WC. There it is.
Oh, the big red one.
Yeah, the big red yeah. In between Montague Place, Montague Street, and Great Russell Street.
Yeah, I can't edit the placement of that. Well.
All right. So, would we like to discuss other places of interest now, or should I go ahead and read the clue if we think that's a more useful route to go?
I think you just read the clue for right now in the British Museum.
Okay. I got 3 in favor.
4.
Well, I disagree. No, fucking read it.
I disagree.
I challenge you.
38 WC. Leland Johnson Curator of the Egyptian collection shows us into the second Egyptian room, the murder scene. In the middle of the room is an ancient sarcophagus, its gold-covered surface reflecting the light that passes through the east windows. Windibanks' body was found in the sarcophagus, states Johnson. Inside the sarcophagus? Yes, inside. A rather appalling sight greeted one of the guards when he was making his rounds. As he entered the room, he noticed the top of the sarcophagus was askew. As he moved closer, he saw a man's hand protruding from it. Thinking that the mummy was attempting to leave its resting place, he ran from the room to get me. Some of the guards have been a little on edge since the stories about Mr. Weatherby's death. I returned to the room, and with the guards' help, we removed the top of the sarcophagus and found the body of James Windibank, atop Kadabet's mummy. Around his neck was a linen bandage, the type used to wrap mummies. A very eerie sight, I must say. Who else had access to the room? The museum was open to the public yesterday. This room was closed while the exhibit was being set up. But there were no extraordinary precautions to keep people out, just the rope across the entrance. Do you have any idea who might have want to kill Windibank? No, none at all. I didn't know him very well. He didn't work for the museum, you know. He was with London University. The university was a sponsor of the Catabit exhibit. Can you think of anything that might shed some light on this affair? No, I'm sorry, I can't think of anything. That is it.
So basically, the body was found in the sarcophagus, but it was found by a guard, and the London University is the one who like was paying for everything.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't give us as much as I thought it would.
No.
You should still always go to the scene of the crime first.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because it does point a thing out,
Absolutely.
because they mentioned that like the lid was hard to put on, which means it wasn't just one person.
Or it was one really
Ooh.
strong motherfucker.
Okay.
If there's some
sure.
huge dude, it could be him.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, if a massive
Also true.
dude. Hmm. So then, do we need to? Should we go to the coroner or Lestrade first? Because Lestrade's gonna have all the information the coroner would have anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not. It's probably gonna be something different.
Yeah, Lestrade, like, unless
Lestrade's not going to
I
be
mean,
too much help,
I'm
usually.
assuming that Scotland Yard is taking this case seriously. Lestrade is a little bit aloof when it comes to most things,
At least in this game, right?
for the most part. So, I personally don't think Lestrade is usually the most useful person to go to, but
He's good when he shows up, like at the scene, not when we have to go find him, right?
So the coroner then.
The medical.
yeah, the
examiner,
coroner or the medical examiner, as this game refers to.
38 EC.
Yeah, Jasper Meeks. Google. I'm gonna bring up the directory on my laptop. Directory.
Oh, there it is. Again, another big red one. I was looking for it on the map.
What, 38 EC? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we just going straight there, or do you guys want to talk a little bit more about our other options? It's up to
I think
you.
it was good thinking about how that sarcophagus would be heavy. What other options
Yeah,
do we
no, I
have,
agree.
though?
It didn't really give us a whole lot else.
Like, if we think going to the university is even worth it,
I wrote it down, so maybe we can come back to it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna help us out in the right now.
Okay.
Did we check the newspaper pretty thoroughly?
I read literally all of it, but I'm
Was
an
there
idiot.
anything in a previous paper about where are the papers? Like, I'm probably not going to look all the way back, but I am going to look in the March 5th.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
this
to
was
March
our
1.
only clue at the beginning, basically, was that Watson saw it in the newspaper, so...
Okay. March 5th, 1889. Archaeologists dead in mummy's tomb. Karnak, March 4th. Professor Ebenezer Turnbull, organizer of the Kadabet tomb expedition, was found dead in the tomb early this morning. The inner chamber was reached early in the year. What? The inner chamber was reached early in the year.
That's like an
after much
archaeological term.
difficult labor. Okay, gotcha.
So like the inner tomb's like where they keep the sarcophagus in the
chamber
pyramid.
Was reached early in the. Okay, I see. Yeah, thank you. And the archaeologists were quite ecstatic over the excellent condition of the sarcophagus, chamber artifacts, and the Kadabet mummy itself. The party was in the final weeks of its work in the area when disaster struck. Mr. Turnbull had worked late into the night, remaining in the chamber alone after other members of the party had retired for the night. The camp was highly guarded to prevent plunder. His body was discovered by Mr. Andrew Weatherby, another of the project archaeologists. Mr. Turnbull had been strangled to death. Ancient linen bandages were found around his neck. Upon hearing of the professor's death, several of the natives working on the excavation called upon Isis and Osiris for protection and for forgiveness for disturbing the sacred tomb. Inscriptions found on the canopic jars and doors indicate that this death may be the mysterious work of the ancient god Tuamautef and his goddess
Tiamat?
Whoa, 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 whoa! We don't say things like that here.
What did you just say?
I was gonna say Gamer just took some psychic damage.
Necrotic damage.
Oh, okay.
So he died the
Different.
same way as this guy.
It says.
He is also mentioned in the today's paper. This project has been cursed with ill luck since the first discovery of the tomb several months ago. Its organizer, Dr. Ebenezer Turnbull, was murdered in the actual tomb itself. Another archaeologist, Andrew Weatherby, met a similar fate on board the ship returning to England. Okay, so Andrew
Weatherby's the
Weatherby-
one who discovered the body.
Aha, Mr. Andrew
then-
Weatherby discovered Turnbull's body and then died himself aboard on the ship coming back. Interesting.
Which newspaper did you say you got this from?
This is
March
March
5th,
5th
1889.
on the right
Do we
column
have
in the
that
middle.
one?
Yeah, or right column at the
Yeah,
top.
because this is the most recent. This is the previous case newspaper.
I'm looking at it right now.
No,
I
it's
can pull
not
the
in my
stream.
Dropbox for some reason.
You have to go into whatever call it mode.
Whatever call it.
Wait,
mode.
No, it's just not listed.
March 5th?
That's weird. It
I
should be
have it.
1889.5 or no, 1889.3.5 times.
Here, I just give you a link to it in the chat.
There you go. That works too. And I'm assuming you're using the same Dropbox that you were before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Oh, I have the ones from tonight for some reason, but not last time.
weird.
What happens when you take 8 months off?
I know, right? It's all good.
Something breaks.
Everything breaks.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Okay. Is there anything else
Almost everybody dies. Excuse you.
about
I know, I lived, but it came
the
close.
mummy in the previous newspaper?
I'm gonna look at the other
Ooh,
page.
what's the paper before that?
That would be August 17th, like 6 months before. 7 months before. Good luck with that.
Okay. Because I was curious if it
s-
mentioned like the expedition heading to Egypt in a
Yeah, because
prior
they
paper.
said they only reached it after like what,
Ha-ha!
5 months?
August 17th, 1888. Recent excavations in Egypt. At the London University College on Wednesday afternoon, before an appreciative audience, Dr. Ebenezer Turnbull delivered a lecture which dealt with the history of excavations and the method by which they most profitably be conducted. Dr. Turnbull and archaeologist James Windibank and Andrew Weatherby are embarking this week on a new Egyptian expedition excavating Katabet's tomb at the head of the Valley of the Kings near Karnak and Luxor. Saturday's lecture was illustrated by photographs thrown on a screen by the electric light, which showed vividly and distinctly not only work done and its various stages, but the modus operandi, the conditions under which work of this character must be carried on, and the instruments necessary for the purpose, and enabled those present to realize that, in classical study, as is in the sciences, there is an ample field of experiment and discovery open to the individual. Dr. Turnbull prefaced his lecture by an explanation of the real objects of these excavations. In these days, whatever might have given the first stimulus to such efforts, the primary motive was certainly not to find and keep treasure, any more than it was the aim of the astronomer to possess a star. The modern archaeologist was as little to be confounded with the treasure seeker as the mineralogist was with the gold miner. His aim must be to restore to life the monuments of bygone times, to bring vividly before us the various phases of ancient societies, whether civilized or uncivilized.
So do we think it was the doctor that did it?
He's dead.
Or the other one? The other dude that...
They're both
They
dead.
also both died.
Everybody's dead. Every single name that's been dropped in here so far is
all right,
dead.
Here, what if kind of thinking Alex train of thought, what if Weatherby killed Turnbull and Windibank killed Weatherby, and then some other asshole killed Windibank?
They were looking for whoever's going to take over the
Three
project
killers or
now.
something.
Yeah, they're all different. They all just keep killing each other because they know the value of the treasure. But that whole excerpt was just one big lie or some BS. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. And so then we just have to find whoever's taking over the project.
Yeah, so
Would
the
it
person
be
at the
either the university or it
museum.
could be the captain, even because he led the investigation, and if it didn't turn up anything on the boat,
Right.
Yeah, and it was the
And-
captain and the captain and the first mate, so it was two people.
And not
And
only that, the like they would both be very strong because they
That's what I
were
was gonna
captain
say,
and
yeah.
first mate of a ship, and they knew everyone who was on that ship. They would have a captain's log of who's on the ship, so they would know that, like, those three guys took part in the expedition. So
Okay.
they have
and they would know what
means,
they're
motive, and
transporting.
opportunity.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
would know what they're transporting. They would have to have like very good knowledge about all this stuff.
All right,
They would
guys, let's
have
go to the questions. I think we nailed it.
Yeah, but what if we look for them and they're both dead?
Yeah.
You know what, Cameron? I don't need this kind of negative energy in my life right now.
I just want to know when it stops.
Hey, this is Mark's Wednesday
Okay.
extravaganza, whatever you called it.
So I have to go do a mark.
Extravaganza.
I have to go bring gear out to someone. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Hey guys, I gotta go to Taco Bell real fast.
Yeah, get me some. All right, so now I'm gonna go in the
Yeah, I'm
previous
only in
newspaper,
Ohio
see if
now.
there's another thing. Jesus.
Yeah, so
Hey
glad we
guys,
took...
remember when I said that previous newspapers probably weren't gonna have anything?
Mm-hmm.
Did the one before this one too, like in
Thanks.
July 4th?
Lied.
Why did we come up? What did July
I hope I haven't
4th?
sworn that much on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm looking
Cameron
at the
sworn the
July 4th one. Yeah,
most.
I'm just making sure.
I don't really care. You guys, as long as you're not acting like you're from The Boys or whatever, you're not. That movie
What?
or that show swears a lot. The Boys.
I love that show.
I just finished the second season. Like I watched the entire 2 seasons in like 2 weeks.
Okay, I highly doubt if I go back any further, I'm gonna find anything.
Yeah, because you're already before the expedition. Like, I don't
We're before
see
the
how anything's gonna
lectures
be
on
relevant.
it. You know?
I know.
Like they
Oh,
ain't even
man.
talking about this in university yet, and we're checking the newspapers just in case.
Hey, just the fact that I have checked the 2 previous
Oh,
newspapers and there wasn't. Don't
let's
even.
see. Egypt, Cairo, July 3rd. This is in the July 4th
Where?
paper. Sir Evelyn Baring will proceed to England via Marseilles on the 6th.
Versailles.
Yeah, no, then it would turn out to be nothing. I was reading the rest of it.
Sir Evelyn Baring will proceed to England via Marseille on the 6th. During his absence, Mr. Porter will be in charge of the British diplomatic agency. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's anything, unfortunately. But hey, good call. Egypt, something.
Alrighty, homies, I'm back.
Oh, you left?
Oh, yeah, I went to Taco Bell.
Oh,
Inspiration.
I thought you had a phone call.
Inspiration.
I thought you had a phone call that you had to like go fix something.
Hey, Matt, how's that dinner that your mom brought you? Oh, wait, you don't live at home anymore.
Actually, I still have some of the stuff she made. It's frozen in the freezer right now. You want me to go make it?
Maybe if you're lucky, your mom will send you chocolate chip pumpkin muffins like Mark's mom does. It's Halloween season.
She hasn't sent me pumpkin muffins in like 2 months, and I'm really sad.
Damn. She never sent me any.
She told me she would.
I
I gave
know.
her your address. All right,
I did.
When I ask her next time, I'll be like, I'll call her.
Janet,
I'll call her when
Janet.
I'm heading back from work later. And I will bring that up.
You don't have to do that. It's just
No.
funny.
I mean, I want pumpkin muffins.
I know you do, but you don't have to bring me up.
Well, I want pumpkin muffins.
Me too. Anyway, what do we decide to go to the ship or the corner?
Yeah, honestly, we just because of the fact that 2 previous newspapers, Little Egypt makes a hit. Last night, the Tivoli was the scene of a novel
Coronavirus.
Which one are you in?
advertisement. The first one, Monday, March 12th, 1888.
Oh, you have the
Oh.
No,
physical
it's-
stuff. I have to go through every tab because
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was like, how is he doing this
What do you
so
mean,
easily?
sorry? That means we didn't have to spend $75 to play this with each other. Huh.
75?
Isn't that what it is?
This? I think I
Yeah.
only spent like 30. Actually, no,
Oh.
I got this for free. It was a Christmas gift.
Sure.
Little Egypt, who is known as Hatasu Askeith offstage, has come to England by way of Egypt and Syria.
I like how as soon as we see Egypt, we're like, that's important. Because, you know, they can't just be mentioning another country in the world without it being important. to us.
I know. Hey,
And also think about it this way: like we are super lucky that we only have the newspapers relevant to our cases. Imagine if like we had
we just
every
had
newspaper from
every
every
newspaper.
day, and it's just like,
So,
all right,
yeah, we
go back.
Yeah, we'd have over a year worth of newspapers.
That would be a bad game.
That would be more realistic, but yes.
For game design.
Oh, here's little Egypt makes a hit.
Fun for anyone to be a part of.
All right.
So, Captain,
So, where exactly are we going to talk to the captain? Are we going to find his place of residence? residence, or are we going to
Okay, let's see if there's
Jardine-
the Eastern
Jardine
Empress.
ship?
Is
So
that
I'm
on the
assuming
directory?
the Jardine ship is at Jardine Matheson and Co.
Eastern is not on the thing unless I'm just spelling it wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
or at least they would know about those people and where they're at. But is that a dock? Is that on the docks?
Oh, we can also
15
go to the docks.
EC.
For the docks.
No, 15 EC is just Jardine Matheson and Co.
Is
And
that
that
on the
is
dock?
that is on it's a dock. It's directly on the
Okay.
Thames
Then we
River.
probably should go
Thames.
there.
It's on the lower
Thames.
Thames Street.
Let's see. Captain Herman Ramsey and Luther Tenney. I'm gonna look up their addresses.
Herman Ramsey, or that's not it. Herman Ramsey is 32 WC. That guy is just
I got 11.
he lives in the Bentley house.
Luther Tenney 11 SE.
So yeah, the captain lives just in the Bentley house, and then you said the other one was 11 SE.
Luther Tenney is 11 SE.
SE. Oh, my cursor was on it. That's just a generic yellow building.
Sure. Okay, and then you said the captain lives in the Bentley house?
Yep.
Okay.
32 WC.
Sorry, was there no address for the shipping company or anything?
There was. We found it. It is 15 EC. It's directly on the River Thames.
Thames.
Okay, but we're just
Thames.
opting to go to the captain first.
Okay, 15 EC.
Thank you. I'm not British.
Okay, so I got 15 EC, 11 SE, 12, 11, okay. And then you said Bentley House is
32 WC.
32.
It's red. It's
WC,
lower middle.
red, lower middle.
Like near the summer
boom.
house. Okay, there you go.
Yep. Okay. And then
I think we should go to the temple. 33, whatever the.
any other places of interest?
Did we have Meeks marked down?
38
38
EC.
EC. Yep.
St. Bart's.
We
Okay.
may not have to go to it after 15 because if each of these, so our guy said that it was found with the bandages wrapped around his neck. The first guy found the same way. If the second guy, like the investigation came up like that, then I think it's safe to say they all died the same way.
All right. I'm also going to mark London University College. It's 43 WC. It's another big red building. Just in case.
WC down here. No, that's not.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards
Okay.
either the first mate or the captain.
Or the bosun.
I don't think there's a bosun.
What about the chef?
Dude?
Sorry, the cook.
Exactly.
The cook who's
The boss-
also the ship doctor.
Yep.
So typically you would think the captain, but do you think they're trying to pull one over on us and we should go the first mate instead?
Well, we're gonna
real-
find
I
the first
mean,
mate dead,
we're-
and he was killed by the captain.
or we're gonna find the captain killed and he was killed by the first mate.
The
right,
quartermaster all along.
And the quartermaster's at the dock.
Yep.
So we go talk to Holmes. No, I think we should go talk to the captain. What's everybody else's votes? Mark is muted.
I think you're gonna go to the captain.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, what's chat say?
Nothing. Chat's dead.
Wow,
Yeah,
who killed him?
I was gonna make
That's
that
our next
joke.
case.
Who killed Matt's chat?
Who killed Matt's chat?
You can't kill something that was never alive.
Bro.
Oh,
Hashtag
Captain.
Okay.
Oh, dude, we got some.
So-
So chat says Captain as well. No, this is something else,
Um,
but we're gonna say Captain.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to heading to the captain. I do kind of like your theory of if that is just a red herring and we should actually go to the first mate. I think we can just go to both. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I
Well,
thought
should
it
we
was
just
funny.
go to the first mate first then?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm down for either or both.
I think we're eventually gonna go to both, just to see if one's
Probably.
lying. Because like, say one of them did it and they're trying to
Yeah.
cover it up, and we go to them, but the other one be like, "No, this is really what happened." We have to see which
Mhm,
one's lying. So I think we're gonna end up going to both.
Okay. All right. So, which one first?
Captain.
Captain. All right. Let's see. 32 WC. Captain Ramsey, can you tell us about the circumstances of the death of Andrew Weatherby aboard the Eastern Empress? Well, we just come through a rather large storm, and so I sent my first officer, Luther Tenney, down into the hold to check on the cargo. He reported back that Mr. Weatherby was dead among the Egyptian artifacts we were transporting. I turned over the helm to Tenney and went down to look for myself. Weatherby was there lying next to a coffin, whatever it's called. He had a piece of old rag wrapped around his neck, strangled apparently. I went back to the bridge and put Tenney in charge of the investigation. What did Mr. Tenney find out? You'd have to ask Tenney about the specifics. I was rather preoccupied with the ship through the entire voyage, one storm after another all the way to England. I countersigned Tenney's report, of course, but I can scarcely recall the details. My chief concern was that my crew was blameless, and the report indicated as much. As far as the passengers were concerned, a strange lot all in all. Tenney can give you more details. Okay.
That
So-
sounds like a really lame cover.
That sounds
story.
like psh, I'm too high level to know anything about this stuff. I was too important doing other stuff. Like, just go talk to somebody else about it.
Right.
Wait, so is Tenny the first mate?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone was murdered on my ship, but who cares?
Hey, my crew didn't do it, so doesn't really matter.
Right.
So
No, your crew didn't.
I'm thinking, that maybe now we should go talk to the first mate.
First mate?
Anybody else say anything?
Not
Yeah,
Yeah, that's our best lead.
I would agree.
Where did we say it was SE like 11 or something like that? or-
11.
Oh, here it is. Here.
11 SE. Oh,
No, you're good. I found it.
11 SE. Lieutenant Luther Tenney tosses his hands up in the air. My God, what a voyage! High seas, or high seas storms, all the way. Cargo to be selected, cargo to be secured, and re-secured. A discontented crew and a strange collection of passengers, complaining and bickering all the way. I tell you, the murder, even by a 4,000-year-old mummy, was only one of a series of unfortunate events. We understand that you were the one to find Mr. Weatherby. Yes. There was a pause between the blows, and Captain Ramsey ordered me down into the hold to check on the cargo again. I went right to the area of the Egyptian artifacts. Could you describe the scene as you found it? I found Weatherby next to the coffin thing, with part of the mummy's winding sheet around his neck. Various crates were open, and papers scattered all over. Weatherby was lying right beside the crate, next to a bowl of ashes. I reported immediately to the captain, and he put me in charge of the investigation. What did you find out? Nothing much, really, I'm afraid. You see, it was 8 bells, 8 in the morning of our third day out of Suez. A storm had been raging all night, and so the crew had been at their posts and accounted for. The passengers, Weatherby among them, were all in their cabins as far as anyone knew or would say. Travis, the journalist, was sick as a dog. The ship's doctor even had to give him a sedative. So no one saw anything, heard anything, or knew anything. What about the bowl? Where is it now? I don't know what happened to it now that you mention it. I don't remember ever seeing it again. You found nothing suspicious or unusual? Now, I didn't say that. It all started with the crew. Seamen are a rather superstitious lot to begin with. Our crew, Indians and Egyptians to a man, were that much more so. The idea of carrying about a 4,000-year-old mummy spooked them completely. That reporter fellow, Travis, did us no service at all with all his mystic mumbo jumbo about the sanctity of the dead and whatnot. He and Professor Windibank were constantly arguing the point, and the crew picked it up. We almost faced a bloody mutiny, pardon my language. Then there was two Arabs. One, Bami, always had a box with him, a curious thing, obviously custom made. It was about 16 inches high and 6 or 8 inches square. Don't know what was in it, but Fami never let it out of his sight. In any case, he stayed in his cabin most of the time and didn't have contact with anyone other than Windibank, with whom I've seen him trade a few words out on the bridge. The other Arab, Al-Sad, was always lurking about, watching Fami. My guess is that he wanted the box, or rather, what was in it. Then there was a fistfight between Mr. Fenwick and Mr. Oraburu. Over what? Over Fenwick's wife, I believe, although they were very close-mouthed about it. Thank you, Mr. Tenney. That is it.
The captain. I don't know what happened. I was just worried about the storms. The first mate. So shit went bad.
There was actually a fist fight between people.
Yeah, there's
Also,
like this whole thing.
I think we solved it already. He said it was a series of unfortunate events, so it was Lemony Snicket for sure.
Oh, bro. Yep. Nailed it.
So who was the fist fight between?
Fenwick and Ouroboros, I think.
Too many
Or
names.
it's, yeah, U-R-U.
I am
B-U-R-U.
I.
Ouroboros.
U-R-U,
Buru buru.
B-R-U. Whatever, it's not gonna come up.
Do we believe that Travis wasn't involved because he was
His name-
supposedly sick?
I think he might have been sick because he, did something. And he was like, oh, it's the second time I killed somebody. Sick to my stomach. Gonna blame it on seasickness.
Who did it? It said he was arguing with the captain or with
Who?
Travis.
He was
No,
arguing
he was just
with Windibank.
And he was
Oh,
spooking all
okay.
the
Yeah.
like he
so
had
was
like a whole bunch of
arguing-
mystic mumbo jumbo and was scaring the crew.
So yeah, Windibank, obviously archaeologists dig. Not Windibank. Travis was trying to argue like, don't touch that. Shit's gonna go bad. So yeah.
On some superstition shit. Okay.
So maybe, he killed them to say like, hey, stay away from this area. Otherwise the curse is gonna get you, aka I'm acting in the mummy's will. You're dead.
But it was Weatherby who died on the ship, not Windibank.
Yeah, so Windibank died at home, Weatherby died on the ship, and Turnbull died in the tomb.
There's a lot of weird ass names in this
I
case.
guess Windibank
I
died
know.
in the sarcophagus. Or at least that's where his body was discovered.
What do you think Fami had inside of his box?
Don't know. But if I had to bet anything, it would probably be one of the questions at the end.
So should we try and? Well, I guess they wouldn't have
I guess it would be a
location, right?
if
Fami
it
or
was-
Al-Sad.
If it was a question, it would probably be a bonus question, unless it really
It-
pertained to the case.
Or it just comes up, and we're like have to catch that.
Sure.
What's Travis's first name? Did it say? Oh, never mind. There's only one Travis in the entire thing. Travis Phillip.
Okay.
50 EC, if we're curious.
Wasn't Travis the last name?
First
It's
name.
Philip Travis. His real
Oh,
is that his
there
last
you
name's
go.
Oh,
last
okay.
name's Philip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Travis,
So,
Philip.
50 EC, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. 50. There is 50.
A top middle.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So,
Where are we going?
don't know. So currently I have places of interest are the residences of anyone who's been murdered, Travis's place, the college, and Meeks.
Do
And
Fami
Jardy Matheson and Co.
or Al Saad have addresses?
Fahmy is Fahmi. Oh, I guess I could look that up since I'm the one with the. Sure, let's do that. That'd be smart. Fahmi. Akram Fahmy, 37 West Central.
Okay.
That's right there. That's literally right.
How do
across
you
the street.
spell Al Saad or whatever?
AL
Man, he lives really close to the
hyphen
museum.
SAUD.
He lives real. Fami guy lives like across the street from the museum.
Abdullah Al Saad, 19 Southeast.
You said he lives across the street from the museum?
Fami does, yeah.
Fahmy does.
That's interesting. I feel like maybe we should talk to him.
But do you think he'll have anything pertaining to the murders?
Well,
Or
I didn't. I thought he
just-
was just going to be bonus fodder, but if he's across from the museum, that seems kind of convenient.
I think the two people we really need to talk to are Travis and Fami.
Travis and Fahmy.
Yeah, because I think Travis is just sounds like he's at the center of a lot of stuff,
Mhm,
you know.
mhm.
And then Fami has the mysterious box and he's being watched by somebody else. You know, he could have hired the other guy to like be a bodyguard, and that's why the other guy's like always, but like not directly on him. That's why he's like always watching him.
Sure, sure.
Or it could be enemy agents, right? Maybe
That's true.
Fabi, member of the British Secret Service, because it's a Egypt is part of the British Empire.
Yeah, and
that's
they're
true.
having some. There was a thing about like they're having issues with another country.
Oh, you think it might be like military secrets that he kept in the box?
Possibly.
Could be.
All right, what's everybody's vote?
Damn, I mean, we got so many places of interest right now.
Yeah, but not every single one of those things is equal.
I'm
Sure.
I'm with Matt. I think Travis or Fami.
Yeah. And if I had to pick one of the two to narrow it down, man, that box seems so suspicious.
Here, I got an idea. Okay, so Travis head and then Fami tails. Flip a coin.
Well, there's 5 of us.
It's
So
tails.
there's always
All right.
so. All right.
I don't know if you guys want to
Matt,
go to
what-
Travis. That's totally.
Yeah, Matt. What are you? So you're leading Fahmy first.
I kind of want to say Travis actually. I think
Okay,
that's
so
gonna be
you're leading
more.
Travis.
Mhm.
Okay. I personally am just leaning Fahmy, just because the box. That is my whole motive. The box.
What's in the box?
Oh God, what's in the box?
An embarrassing Christmas photo,
Ow!
Nah, it's
or is it
Mother
just a
Pet.
string?
Okay, so 1-1.
I'm kind of. It seems like the game went out of its way to give Travis an alibi off the bat.
Okay.
So either that's extra suspicious or that's the game telling us not to bother. And I haven't decided which.
I'm always in the camp of extra suspicious because this game does that.
I don't know.
Well,
The first time I was too suspicious, Mark. You remember how far down that rabbit hole?
That's fair.
Wait, yeah.
That is
So
fair.
you can easily go down the wrong way. Like we go to Travis's place and he's not there because he's actually at the doctor's, and you go to the doctor's and he's not there. He's at the pub because I'm trying to settle his nerves there. So it's like,
Sure,
That-
sure.
that's psycho.
I was
All
gonna
right,
say
so-
we want to go to Fami for the bonus question anyway, so we'll at least probably get something out of it. We might as well.
I don't know if it's a question. I'm just saying if I had to bet.
Oh, okay.
it
Yeah, I
would
mean, it
probably
sounds
be a
likely,
bonus
though.
question. Yeah, like what's in his box? All right, so are you leaning Fami?
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 for Fami, 1 for Travis. Alec
waiting
or
on
Joe?
the other roommates.
I'm with Trav. I want to see Travis.
Okay,
Okay,
so
it's
Joe,
10-2.
you are the divider.
Oh fuck me, really?
Dude.
Maybe later.
You knew this was coming. You could have said your
Yeah.
opinion earlier.
I think
So Fami,
I think that Fami doesn't actually pertain to the real case at hand. I think Fami is just a not a
Bonus
red herring.
question.
He's the bonus questions.
Okay.
Fami is absolutely the bonus questions that we have to deal with later because I don't think that whatever it is he's protecting directly relates to, scientists at the museum.
okay.
What if it's a
I'm not-
Moriarty thing?
All right, so shut up. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong, but no. Anyway, so you're leaning Travis?
I'm leaning more towards Travis.
All right, so 3-2 in favor of Travis. Can I get the address one more time, please? I just have quarters on here, but I don't remember which one was what.
50 EC. I saw it pulled up.
Thank you. 50 EC. That's that one.
It's in the top
Great.
middle and EC. Yeah.
Yep. All right. 50 EC. Philip Travis is a handsome young man with the enthusiasm of youth. He appears quite eager to talk to us as excuse me. He appears quite eager to talk to us, an audience. So, you have been reading my articles in the Times. What did you think of them? They were interesting. Thank you. The circumstances I had to work under were not good. The security perimeter around the camp was extremely strict, and I could not even access the tomb, despite my numerous requests. You know I'm not really a reporter. Oh? No,
Oh?
I was trained as an archaeologist, an Egyptologist to be exact, he says, pointing to a framed London University degree which hangs on the wall. That's why my articles carry the force of truth. And what is the truth, Mr. Travis? The truth is that it's not good sometimes to disturb what is no longer, as even death may be temporary. Travis goes to a large table in his room cluttered with books and ancient objects. On his table are a number of small mummies, as well as beakers and scattered vials. Travis takes one of these mummies and says, "Hello, my darling baby." And then, turning to us, he continues, "These are the mummified remains of a cat. It's the ideal companion. No need to feed or let it out. And yet we feel a presence, as if life still flowed in it." He puts the mummy back on top a shelf with a small smile. The young journalist takes out a sheaf of papers covered with hieroglyphics, and then produces a barely used bottle of whiskey, fills a glass for a mouthful, and toasts the mummy which now mocks us from atop the furniture. "Thank you, Mr. Travis. Oh, don't leave yet. Let me show you another one of my companions." "Thanks, but we
we're
really must be going."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this guy totally did it.
He's like, you disturbed the tomb? Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah, this guy.
Well,
did it.
remember,
Yeah.
I'm not killing you. I'm banishing you for this life, so you can.
I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing.
So if we'd like to suss this guy further, we could go to the Times.
Or the
Or
London
we could go to
University
the university.
and just talk to be like,
Right.
yo, how was this guy as a student? Oh, him? He was batshit crazy.
Yeah. Please tell me he's not doesn't actually work here.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we gave him his degree, and then he was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go undercover as a reporter because they get the real scoops.
right.
Like, I can bypass all the years of needing an internship to get like good funding to actually go do one, and then just become a reporter, and then just hopped on this cruise, or not the cruise, the travel site, and then was just like, wait,
Mhm.
you guys are actually gonna take the stuff out of here? No, you're gonna die.
Yeah, after that clue, I think we should go to the university.
Yeah, I think so
Okay.
too.
Just because not only were he like, so we know he got his degree at London University, but we also know that Windibank
Worked there.
worked there.
And like, ooh, okay, so he said
And
they said he
Dr.
was
Ebenezer Turnbull gave.
the lecture there. Yeah, that lecture. So they said that this guy was young, right? What if he's a recent graduate and was there for that lecture?
What if
And
he was
that's
his
what,
student?
yeah, that's what I mean. And then, or because he never,
Interesting.
maybe he never
It's a
fully
frat
graduated.
party doing it.
Okay.
Maybe he never fully graduated. He heard that lecture and then instantly like used as like, I need to go get on that thing to like protect that. So he became a reporter to get on there faster. Because why wouldn't you use your degree?
Several
Actually
reasons
has.
why.
All right.
Well, yeah.
I do still want to check FAMI, but I think university first.
Keep following me in the back of your mind, and we'll come back to him at the end of the.
Oh, in
Sure.
our back pocket.
What's the London University?
43 WC.
Oh, there is another big red building. Really close to the museum too, down the street.
Yep.
Everything's close to the museum, apparently.
All right, you guys ready? 43 WC. It takes a little bit of sleuthing just to locate the Egyptology department, but when we arrive, we find its chairman, Lawrence Feld, quite willing to talk with us. Mr. Feld, anything you can tell us about the expedition or the victims would be helpful. Such a tragedy. Fine men, fine scholars. I still can't get over the shock of it. When I heard of Mr. Turnbull's death in Egypt, well, what can I tell you? The expedition was sponsored jointly by the university and the British Museum. Ebenezer Turnbull has led several expeditions to the Luxor Karnak area and has made some very significant discoveries. No sooner does he return to London from an expedition than he is busy planning his next. It was the first time he teamed up with James Windibank. Windibank has spent more time in classrooms than in the field, but, to my great surprise, he insisted very much on being chosen, and, in the end, got along perfectly well with Turnbull. He was a very popular teacher, and several of his students were eager to accompany him on this expedition. I know he had a difficult time choosing Weatherby as the lucky one. Doesn't seem so lucky now, does he? I guess Travis is the lucky one after all. Travis? Yes, Philip Travis. He was one of Windibank's students, and he was very eager to accompany the Catabat expedition and meet Turnbull. He became quite upset when Andrew Weatherby, a graduate student in the department, was chosen instead. Took it rather personally, actually. Enraged, he resigned the university. He resigned the university and found a journalist position at the Times. You've been most helpful, Mr. Feld. Can you think of anything else? No. But I certainly hope you're not taking seriously this rubbish about the murders being the work of a mummy. This kind of superstitious doggerel does a tremendous disservice to science and scholarship. That is it.
Don't worry, it's not the mummy, but someone who's just as batshit.
Okay, so
I called
like
it.
I said, I think Travis at least killed Windibank.
Yeah, but how do you do it by himself?
He's young. He's fit. Didn't they say he was fit?
Yeah, but he was thick, right?
Well, they said he was handsome.
I know. Yeah, he said he's very handsome, so he's probably not thick. No offense to any handsomely thick people out there.
Mark, just look in a mirror when you say that.
Wow, I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I know
again,
losing the one.
I think that Travis killed Windebank just out of like rage. Like we already
Oh,
know this
right.
guy's crazy.
He was
Who's
sick
the-
during Weatherby's death, but he doesn't have an alibi for
The first
Windebeck,
death.
as far as we know.
Yeah, but then who
Correct.
killed the other ones?
So it was the first time so I just find that a little suspicious. The first time he teamed up with so Dr. Turnbull, first time he teams up with James Windebank, ends up dead. Doesn't that seem just like a little suspicious?
Well,
So-
yeah, they said like he went on hella expeditions, so yeah, I guess
So
that
are
does
we
seem kinda
thinking
sus.
that it's kind of like
Windebank has spent more time in the classrooms than the field, but to my great surprise, he insisted very much on being chosen. Hmm.
do we think it's
I
like a
wonder if there
chain?
was some other. I wonder if there's some other treasure.
Fami.
The box.
Yeah. Do you think Faba's a thief?
Fami?
It's in the box.
What's in the box?
Now we can check out Fami.
Do you guys think it could be like a chain of murders, and then it's not just one, like how we thought about originally? It's just a chain of murders, and they just are doing
I
But they all have
already
the same
said
MO?
that.
That's what he said.
I know.
Matt
That's what I
said.
said. Like we said earlier, but do you think
Oh.
it's maybe that? Like I know we kind of like dismissed it at first, but like maybe we're bringing it back into it.
Yeah, Ooh, like okay, just because it was the first time he teamed up with James Windebank, so I don't want to say Windebank killed Dr. Turnbull,
I do. Fuck him.
but like that just seems really suspicious that the first time you team up with someone, you end up dead.
Man, wish we could
And
investigate
then
and ask him
that
some
other
questions.
person, yeah, and then that person ends up dead. Which again,
And we find
I'm
somebody who
assuming
hates
is
him.
Travis. Yeah, I'm assuming Travis killed Windebank out of pure rage. I'm
Eh.
assuming Windebank killed Turnbull because of some sort of discovery, and he wanted something for himself.
Okay. I think we're missing something though.
What
Who
are we
was the person? Who's the murderer we're looking at right now? Windebank. Who do we
I
think killed him?
Windebank. Who?
That's
what-
Travis,
what?
right? Sorry, we think
Yeah, I
Travis
think
killed Windebank.
I think Travis killed Windebank out of rage.
Okay, and the other two
and
people who were
being
dead
batshit
was
crazy.
the doctor. So
Turnbull, yeah, Dr. Turnbull
And Weatherby.
Weatherby.
and
So I think
so
Windebank killed Turnbull because Windebank wanted to take something back from the expedition that he shouldn't have, and Turnbull, because like, why else would you want to go on an expedition so bad? There's something there that you want, right?
So you're saying Travis killed Windebank, Windebank killed Weatherby, and Weatherby killed Turnbull.
No, I'm saying Windebank killed Turnbull.
He
Okay.
killed Weatherby though.
Yeah. Like
That's
we're
what I'm
missing
trying to
we're
think.
missing the one who died on the ship.
Because Travis has no motive for that one, and he also has an alibi.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
if
he has a
right,
pretty weak
so-
alibi.
sure, I know. I'm trying to think of like, because again, yeah, my assumption is Windebank killed Turnbull because again, he really wanted to go on this expedition, which means that there was something of interest he wanted. Turnbull said no, you can't take that, and then Windebank was like, "I'm gonna take it," and killed him. Then the only thing I can think of is if Weatherby found out that Windebank took something
Or
against
killed.
Turnbull's orders, and potentially even found out that he killed Turnbull, confronted him about it, and then ended up dead himself.
They said there were a
Oh.
lot of boxes open in the thing, right?
Yes.
So what if there was a
Yes.
bit of a struggle down there and some of like
Absolutely.
the boxes opened up and that's what caused him to get sick? Because like the old air or the
Because of the old
spores,
spores.
something like
Mhm.
that inside there caused him to get sick. And it just so happened to be like he's at sea. Sure, it could be like rougher weather there, but like generally you're not sick due to seasickness one night on a voyage. It's like a recurring thing.
That was Travis who got sick, not Windebank.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So we think Windebeck did 2 murders, and
and then
Yeah,
Travis
I think
just
Windebank did 2 murders, so Travis
Yeah.
being sick wouldn't have been the open box.
right, right, and then Travis killed Windebank back on
Out
this.
of just rage.
Probably because Windebank was gonna get, like with the other 2 dead, Windebank was gonna get all the glory of this exhibit,
Also that, sure.
and
Yeah,
now it's like
killed
a
him for
fame
glory.
thing too. And it's like you aren't researching Egypt for like the good right reasons. You're just
For the
doing it
right
for glory
reasons.
now
Exactly.
because it was such a big
I like that.
excavation. So it's now a matter of like pride, in a sense.
I mean, all this checks out to me. But again, my theory, so I'm a little biased.
I would like more evidence. I think we should talk to Fani.
Fine.
What does
That's
chat
funny.
think?
I mean, again, he did have that range box, and we knew that boxes downstairs were open. I don't think it's far-fetched to go talk to Fami.
Yeah, maybe he did say that but he said he always had the box with them. Not like the box just
Oh, you're
appeared
right.
after the murder.
I mean, we can still go try and talk to Fami.
Yeah, because he knows you don't ever know when he got the box. He could have just got the box before they put everything on the ship.
Sure.
Still kind of like a little.
All right,
Yeah,
so are
but
we going to Fami?
yeah. Right across from the thing, he's like 37 WC.
37 WC.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing, is he's right across from the museum.
Also true. All right. Ready?
Yeah, sure.
37 WC. We knock on Akram Fami's door, and it swings open of its own volition.
Oh, great.
Wiggins calls Fami's name, but receives no answer. After a moment, we decide to enter. In the middle of the study floor, we find the body of a man we assume is Akram Fami.
Come on,
He
man.
is lying face down
fucking knew
with a knife protruding from the middle of his back. Better call Scotland Yard, says Wiggins. While waiting for the yard, we look around. The study looks as if a struggle had taken place. On the desk lies a copy of a book of ancient Egypt, open on a page describing a slim statue of Sekhmet, made of solid gold. Before we can get much further, Constable Stilson arrives on scene. He takes our statement and shoos us out.
Gold statue probably in box.
Yeah,
So,
I bet that's
yeah.
what's in the box.
All right.
So,
Who's the one who's buying
All
him?
Here we go. What?
and I bet I know who killed him.
The
Who?
guy that was staring at him the whole time? Probably.
Yeah.
Abdullah.
No, the captain. Yes.
Was it the mummy?
Oh, what?
Behind all this, the captain.
No,
is
it
Moriarty.
was Sekhmet. The Egyptian
Let me
god
judge on
Sekhmet.
something.
Yeah, I mean, Sekhmet's pretty cool.
Or maybe it was just
Nothing.
Set.
I mean, Sekhmet and Set are both Egyptian gods.
I played Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy.
And Sekhmet
Yeah,
is
but did you read the
considered
Red
more of a
Pyramid?
goddess.
Yes. I read all 3 of those books.
All right. Well, that was a
So,
fun twist.
My notes for Fami. He dead and struggle and then gold statue and box probably.
Mm-hmm.
My notes on Fami: new death. Who dis?
Wait, hold on, got one more note.
Yeah.
So Cameron, what's your thoughts?
I knew there was going to be a fucking. We were going to find somebody dead, and then. I didn't think it was going to be this guy, though.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be Travis, to be completely honest. Like, when we were going down that rabbit hole, I was like, oh, Travis is totally going to be the one who ends up dead. Fami. All right. Well,
So do we want to go track? Okay, I didn't write down what the other guy's name was. Mark, do you want to tell us who the guy was watching? If we want to track him down, or do we want to just say he did it?
Abdullah.
Yeah, also, how many
Al-Assad
places
or
have
whatever?
we been to?
We have been to 1,
2,
2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
So we're probably just about at our limit of places before going over.
Yeah, but we have at least one bonus question, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep in mind. Just
I mean, I feel like we kind of. Okay, so again, How positive are we on the theory that Windibank killed Turnbull and Weatherby?
I think he probably killed Turnbull. I have no idea with Weatherby. That feels like a shot in the dark.
Like, it feels like an
Sure.
educated guess, but I don't know
Yeah.
how educated
I'm
we are
just-
on this. Whereas educated as
Sure.
Travis is on Egyptology or whatever, like, we dropped out
Nah.
third year.
Educated as me being the mechanic at the bowling alley.
Yeah, who hired the math major to do the mechanics job?
Like every time I'm in the back, Stevie's like, "Hey, go grab me this tool," and I'm like, "What? Use
Nah.
me?"
To be fair, like, I feel like I'd be doing the same thing. So,
Mark, it's called a screwdriver, you idiot.
it's a number 2 screwdriver.
Number 2. It's a Ticonderoga number 2 screwdriver.
You know, a number 2 Phillips head is like an actual thing, though, right?
It's a joke.
You're a joke.
You're a towel.
Ah.
I mean, where would we go to confirm that, though?
But
What?
that's the thing. It's like do we want to confirm? Like, are
So-
we gonna waste clues confirming?
Hold on. Let's talk about the other places we still have. So the medical examiner, not gonna really help at this point.
Sure. Agree.
So we have the dock place,
Yeah, the
15
docks.
EC. So like we can go check out the port or whatever that place is.
We already
Um,
know
that's
everybody
worth
who was
it
on
at
the
this
ship
point.
of interest, though, right? So I don't know
Yeah.
if that's gonna help.
We have the Abdullah or whatever, the guy who was
The
tracking down
Abdullah
Weatherby.
Oblongata.
Yeah, Paulo
Okay.
Abdul. I don't think we need to check him, just because we can assume that he's guilty. I think.
Sure. I mean, I'm on.
He's not
I'm on board.
innocent. He's just guilty. You
And
have to
then
prove it.
I also
Um,
have the three residences. 3 residences.
of
So, Windibank, Turnbull, and Weatherby.
I think maybe the one who actually survived the trip,
Windibank?
Windibank. I think he may be good to go too, but the
Like,
other
just
two,
his
I
residence.
like just to see maybe he got like a death threat or something like that.
Fair. That's fair.
But like
yeah.
because
okay.
that could really confirm it if he has like a note from Travis or whatever saying
Yeah.
back
No,
the hell
I feel
off.
ya. I
But
got
Or it
the
could
other
be
two,
absolutely nothing and be like, he's dead.
the other two are like, a note saying, "Hey, Windibank really wants to go on this trip. Like, really wants to go," from a professor or something like that. So
The only one I'm not confident on is who killed Weatherby. It sounds
I
like
agree.
it probably is Windibank, but like that's the one I feel like we have the least actual evidence on.
if
Suicide.
okay, if
I
we think
agree.
Windibank did it, we go to Windibank's place. Maybe he has like a piece of evidence that
He's dead.
Weatherby was trying to blackmail him with, and that's what caused the.
Yeah, but I think what Matt's
Sure.
hoping is that like something was slipped into his door or something, and
Or just, I'm just saying something at Windibank's place will confirm one of the killers.
Letter saying, "Hey, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna kill you."
Okay.
Signed.
Yeah, like some type of blackmail, some type of threat,
Right.
something like that is gonna be at Windibank's. That's
So-
all I'm thinking is gonna be there.
So, do you think it's worth it to go to Windibanks' residence? Matt, lead us off. Yes or no?
We've been to 6 places. Personally, I think yes.
Okay, we got 1 for yes. I will.
Joe, do you want to be the deciding vote this time?
No,
No,
I'll be the deciding vote if need be. I'll go last. So we got 1 for no. Joe, what did you vote?
I voted no.
Joe voted no. Alec?
I'm kind of with whatever Cameron wants here, honestly.
So that'll
Thanks,
make
buddy.
Cameron the deciding vote, basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
Cameron.
If you say no, Cameron, that's instantly
Yeah,
it.
Cameron,
Do-
do you think it's worth it to go to Windibank's residence? Yes or no?
Do we think that any of the informants would be more useful in this?
Let's see.
Honestly, not really.
I was
Medical
looking at the list of
examiner.
informants. I don't think any of them would help here, but I just feel weird not using them.
Well,
Because like that's the whole point of the informants list is like they should really only be helped as like a last desperation, except for
Oh.
like Meeks. Meeks is like one of the few that's like that might actually be pertinent. And then if Moriarty's involved, you definitely want to go talk to Portlock. But
Oh,
that's, like,
here we go.
it.
Henry Ellis, the reporter for the London Times, source of information on current events, mainly in foreign affairs. You know, that's where Travis worked.
What's he gonna tell us? Oh,
That Travis.
we're just gonna
fucking-
walk there and be like,
yeah,
hey,
best
do you
case scenario,
know...
he says Travis is guilty, which we already know.
Or Travis is batshit
Yeah,
crazy.
we go to the Times. Hey, do you know this guy? Oh yeah, he works here. Great.
Is there who talks about the like goings on of the underground stuff? Like if someone was
Fred
gonna
Porlock.
sell, say, a
That's
gold
Porky.
statue.
That's Porky. Porky
Fred
Shinwell.
Porlock.
He is the... Fred Porlock is our informant of Moriarty's.
Okay.
Porky Shinwell, who owns the Raven and Rat Pub, he is the shady dealings person.
Here's what I'm worried about, if I'm being honest. If we go to this house and then we find another piece of evidence that isn't super confirming, but also opens up another thing that's like, hey, maybe we need to go
So-
check 6 other things out now.
That's fair.
Which would be why I'd say yes to it.
Okay,
Otherwise, I'm
so-
like, no, worst comes to worst, we're either going to get it right or wrong, whether we look at that to confirm it or not. Because if it doesn't confirm it, then we're going to have to spend time that's going to cost us locations anyway.
If he doesn't confirm it, then I think we've got it. If it
So,
because
yeah,
if it just opens
seems
up
like-
a lot more, I think at this point it's either going to confirm it or it's just going to open up way new questions, so we have to like reevaluate some stuff. If it doesn't mean anything, then I think we've got it. So I think that's the 3 possible scenarios: either confirms it, gives us a whole new perspective to look at, or it just doesn't mean anything and we've already got everything we need.
All right, I
agree
say
with
no.
that statement. All right, I got 3 for no, so
Yeah, 4 for now.
4 for no. All right,
Oh, there we go. Choice made. Yay.
5 for no.
There's
Why
wait,
not?
what? There's 5 of us here. I said yes. How did that
Matt,
get to
don't
5?
act like you're part of this. Matt, this isn't. This is us. This is not you.
What?
Yeah, there's the
One
one
of
person
us.
in chat who said no. I'm taking their vote into consideration.
The last thing I said in chat was Captain or GTFO.
Oh, I forgot to hit enter. My bad. Wait, what? All right, so 1. Where should we go next if we think we need to go anywhere else?
I was going to say, wasn't that our last thing?
I think
to-
we've got it.
I mean, I feel like we have it. I just don't know what the questions are. I feel like the questions are: who killed this guy? Why? Who killed this guy? Why?
Why?
Who killed this guy? Why?
What's in the box?
Aren't there only
what's
5
in the bo-
questions?
Yeah. So no, I would say, let's see, who killed this person? Why? Who killed Turnbull? Why? Actually, the way they word it is why was he killed? So it's going to be who killed Dr. Ebenezer Turnbull? Why was he killed? Who killed Andrew Weatherby? Why was he killed? Who killed fucking other guy?
The names are what's killing me.
Yeah,
Who
honestly, same.
Who killed Roger Rabbit? Who killed
Framed him.
James Windabank?
No, he's dead now.
Why was he killed? And then
Well, yeah.
probably who killed Tommy? Why was he killed?
Fami's
was
dead?
in the
What?
Yeah, what was in the box?
we get to the bonus questions. Who killed Fami? And we never went to his place. Oh, he's
is-
dead.
I mean, that's my guess on the questions. Is those things right there? Is
Well,
who
there's
That's
only
usually
one
what it is.
person-
Is
There's only
who
one
got
way to
murdered
find
by
out if
who?
that's correct or not.
yeah, who killed this person and why? And then the only other question I could think of would be what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And then yeah. So what are we thinking, guys?
I'm thinking there's like a 20% chance that we go to Al Saad's house and he's also dead, and there's a whole other
So you want to go to
branch.
Al-Sad's house? Is that
Wait,
No,
hold
I
on.
don't.
How about you say?
I really don't.
How about you say 1 out of 6? We roll a d6, and if it's a natural one, we go.
You're
Or we
saying
could
on
roll.
there's a 1/6 chance we go to Al-Sad's place.
And he said it's a 20% chance that he's dead. So like
Close enough.
or we could roll
I
like a
think-
D100 and just see if we get under 20.
How about
Or
if we get a nat 1 on a D100, we go. Otherwise, we just fucking call it.
All right, D&D
I'm
pages.
down for that.
D&D
Yeah, we get
butts.
a natural 1 on a 100.
I'm doing this
We're
on
going-
stream.
Okay.
Got people entering Overwatch. D100.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not watching the stream.
I got a 24.
I haven't been watching the
That
stream
ain't
the
it,
whole
Chief.
time.
So I got a 24. It ain't happening.
All right.
To
All
the
right, so-
questions.
Yep.
To the question.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Woohoo!
Ha! What a shocker, folks.
Question 1.
Who killed Ebenezer Turnbull? Question 1. Who killed Ebenezer Turnbull?
Win the bank.
Yeah, win the bank.
Question 2. Why was he
Always
murdered?
bank. Why was he murdered?
Because Windibank wanted to smuggle some shit or something, and he got caught.
Question
Right?
3.
That's what you were thinking?
That's what I was thinking, because again, that's the only reason you want to go on an expedition, like, that badly. Or for the fame. Okay, so that's the other thing. Do we think he killed Turnbull for the fame when he got back? Or he discovered something in the tomb that he wanted to bring back?
I
What do we
think it'd be the latter. Like, I think it's either his discovery that he wanted to take credit for, and Turnbull's like, I'm lead on this, I'm gonna do it, or he was trying to take something and Turnbull said no. Either way, it was to enrich his own life, and Turnbull was gonna say no.
Yeah, so I guess, so to be specific, what are we thinking? Do we think he killed him for fame and glory when he got back to make the discovery on his own? Or do we think he killed Turnbull because he actually found something he wanted to smuggle back to keep?
I think you found something. I don't know.
Well, because
Personally,
he was all.
I feel like
I-
both are very likely scenarios.
I think it was purely out of greed because
What? Who was
Tur-
both?
Turnbull
greed.
was already gonna get credit
Sure,
for this, even if
that's
he
fair.
died on it.
Yeah,
Like
and
he's
his
gonna
name
die
was
with
already
his name.
on the expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so like,
okay. Yeah, Windibank was already on the expedition list. All right, yep. Nope, agreed.
So I think it's purely like money or something like that wise.
Great.
It had nothing to do with like trying to steal fame from
Yeah, money money wise like a small form of money wise,
like, like a
gold statue,
know.
maybe.
like a penny wise.
like a Tim Curry or like a
Skarsgård, Peter Skarsgård.
All right. Anyway, who killed Andrew Weatherby? Question 3.
Also, win the bank.
Yep. Also in the bank.
Why was he murdered?
I like that Cameron answers like
know.
he's an unenthusiastic student in like a 30-person classroom who is asked to answer a question in a group
Right.
setting.
Or
Mhm.
he's like the one like the professor asks the class like a big lecture hall and he's just gonna wait for somebody and Cameron's like the one student. He's like, I guess I'll say it. Like
Yeah.
everybody's thinking the
It's my
same
high
thing.
Mrs. Wallace voice.
Ah,
We'll never get to say that again.
all right. So why was Weatherby murdered?
He was murdered because he found out about the original murder or the original motive for murder, something to do with the original murder, and
Yeah.
tried to blackmail.
So
Or
discovered Windibank's secret or something?
Yes, discovered the secret,
Okay.
and Windibank killed him because of it.
All right. Question 5. Who killed James Windibank?
Travis, Philip Travis.
Why was he murdered?
Because the man's fucking insane.
Also, because he wanted to go on the expedition and didn't get to, and he was pissy.
No, Travis did go on the expedition.
No, he still went. He was just mad he wasn't like.
Or
the
he wanted to
first
be
choice.
picked, but yeah.
Or he was mad that they were disturbing
Oh,
the tomb.
he wasn't allowed. He wasn't allowed in. That's what it was. Because he didn't get picked to go into the tomb. He was still able to go. He just couldn't go into the tomb. Okay.
And
that's what it
he was-
Okay. I was trying to figure that because I knew he was
Yes.
on the ship, but I was
Yes.
like, was
You're
he just
correct.
not allowed off the ship,
Correct.
or?
So,
Yeah,
do you
shit.
think he
Oh,
was
that's
just
crazy.
upset that?
I think he was just pissed at Windibank and killed him. And
Or
was
do you
just-
think it
and
might have
made
been
look
something
like-
about just stop disturbing the tomb because he was so overly obsessed with it? Like he put him in the sarcophagus.
Sure.
Well, yeah, he was like super, like, what's the
Into
word I'm looking for?
mummification.
Superstitious.
It
So,
can be
it fits.
both.
Yeah.
I still think it's more the rage angle, just like, hey, I'm pissed at you, and like this guy seems like that kind of crazy.
Yeah, and he's like, well, if I couldn't go in the first place, you'll never leave.
Yeah.
That's some Scooby Doo level of
Scooby Doo level shit right there.
yeah. Scooby Doo
Alright,
level
so are
emotions
we-
right there, yeah.
You pretty confident on those 6 questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Part 2. Who killed Akram Fahmy?
Abdullah, whatever the rest of the guy's name
Paul
is.
Abdul.
Blangata.
Abdullah al-Sad?
Sure, man.
Sure. Question 8. Which object passed from one pair of hands to the other in this case?
That
Gold
shrine.
statue.
Box.
Statue.
The gold statue.
That's
Specifically the
really-
box that was 16 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches.
that's as
If they
good of a
want to
guess
get
as I
really
have.
exact.
Mhm.
I did not write down those
Question
numbers.
9. How were the victims killed?
Strangulation.
Yeah.
Specifically
And then
strangulation
there-
Well,
with
Fahmy was stabbed in the back with a knife.
Yes, but
Found
then the
that.
other guys were strangled and then had bandages wrapped around their necks.
yes.
That is true.
They could have been strangled with those bandages, but we just know they were strangled to death.
Yeah,
Alright,
I don't
are
think they're
pretty-
strangled with the bandages because of how like fragile those bandages probably are.
That's
Alright,
true.
we're pretty confident on that?
Yeah.
Alright. I am going to grab the answer / score sheet. Cool?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know, man.
Question 1. Who killed Ebenezer Turnbull?
Sure, it says.
Windibank.
James Windibank. 10
Hey.
points.
Good answer. Good answer.
Question
Good
2.
job, Cameron.
Why was he murdered?
Reasons.
Yeah. Reasons.
We already
There we
said the
go.
reasons, Mark. I wasn't.
Yeah, Mark, why do you keep asking us again? Just say the answer.
Cameron,
I
you already said it
want
last
you
time.
to reread the answers to me.
I didn't write
Cameron,
them down.
why was he killed?
I don't know.
Cameron, you already said all these things. Come on.
No, I'm blanking now that we're on the real test.
Wait. What was the guy?
I knew I shouldn't have crammed.
Question. Yeah.
I had
Joe,
G
question
Fuel
1, who
earlier.
killed
It's
Ebenezer
wearing
Turnbull?
off.
James Windibank, 10 points. Why was
Okay,
Ebenezer
so
Turnbull
we
killed?
say
Because he was
killed-
smuggling some goods, and
Yeah,
they got caught.
Windibank was
Cameron.
smuggling, so he got caught.
Discovered that Windibank stole something in Cadabit's tomb. 20 points.
There you go.
Who killed Andrew Weatherby?
Windibank.
James Windibank. 20 points. Interesting. Why is that one worth 20 points? Question 4. Why was he murdered?
Because he found the thing that Windibank stole and confronted him about it.
I thought it was
suspected-
because he found out that he murdered, what's his name?
It's one or the other.
he suspected Windibank to have murdered Turnbull.
Ah,
Yeah.
close enough.
20
Oh, that
points.
yeah. I'll take that.
Who killed James Windibank?
Travis.
Travis.
Philip Travis, 10 points.
Yay.
Why
The main
was he
murder is only worth
murdered?
10 points.
Right. Why was he murdered?
Reasons.
Is Travis's bitch made?
It is insane.
Vengeance.
Yep. That one.
Did we say vengeance?
Yeah.
We said that.
That's what we said. Yes.
For
Retribution.
2 points.
Glorious retribution.
All right. Next set of questions. Who
Hey, we got
killed
100%.
Akram Fahmy?
Abdullah.
Al Saud.
Abdullah al-Sad. 5 points. Question 8. Which object passed from one pair of hands to the other in this case?
I
Gold
was almost
statue.
going to say the knife that went into his back, but I don't think it ever touched his hands, so probably the statue.
That's not inaccurate.
A golden statue of Sekhmet. 20 points.
Call that.
Segment. That
Question
was 20
9.
points.
How were the victims killed?
Strangulation.
Strangulation.
They were strangled. 5 points.
Dang it, guys. Strangled is not strangulation. Different wording.
All right. Holmes went to 4 leads in this case.
Bull.
So subtract 5 points from any extra lead we went to.
We went to
10
6,
points.
right?
One,
it's
two,
either
3,
6 or
4,
7.
5, 6. Yeah, because we didn't go to the last one. So yeah, 6.
We got every question though, right? I mean, that's
We got
pretty good.
every question.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this case was kind of easy.
It was.
Yeah, this one
Personal.
was not my
We
favorite.
never had a
I knew you had to
moment.
go to the bowling alley.
We never really had a moment like the other ones that was like an aha moment. It was more like we talked to Travis. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
other ones
okay,
were
to be
like,
fair,
oh,
I was just being pedantic when I said he did it because he just seemed fucking crazy. you know?
yeah, but like we don't. You don't have to be like a psychology major to see like when this dude's like clearly the bad guy.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So, would you like me to read the synopsis or the solution first?
Listen up.
I think we already got the solution. Is that the Holmes's thing?
Yeah, Holmes's leads
I think the synopsis includes the solution, isn't it?
a little bit, but then like after that, it actually has the like which leads he went to. But yeah, I'll do the synopsis first. Well, Watson, let me set your mind to rest. I think we have a suspect other than the mummy. Come, Holmes. I never thought for a moment that it was the mummy. What balderdash? I know, Watson, I know. The mummy did have one thing in common with the murderer, other than the victims.
He's dead.
They were the only ones present at each murder. Well, of
We
course,
didn't think about
Holmes, you
that.
state the obvious. But the rather important thing is, Watson, to see the obvious things. At first, we had 2 elements, which made this a rather simple case. First, the place where the murders took place allowed us to limit the number of suspects. Then, the fact that these suspects were assassinated one after another considerably reduced the possibilities. Limit the number of suspects? The first murder took place in Egypt, the second on a boat, and the third in London. It seems that there are many possible suspects, the population of Egypt and that of London. No, not at all, Watson. Taking into account the common modus operandi, we could easily deduce that these murders were linked. This vastly limits the number of suspects, especially in the case of the boat. According to the newspapers, the Eastern Empress was in Calcutta at the time of our first murder. We can thus eliminate the crew members from our list of suspects. Everything, therefore, centered around the members of the expedition. My first step was thus a meeting with Lawrence Feld, head of the Egyptology department at London University, and first instigator of the Kadabet expedition. He could give me the name of Travis. It seems that Travis had been an Egyptology student, and that he had been under Professor James Windibanks's tutelage. He tried to be a part of the expedition, but was turned down by Windibank. Weatherby was chosen in his stead, which affected Travis. A nice suspect in truth, more so since a telegram sent to the Times confirmed that he had managed to follow the expedition to Egypt as a correspondent. So, this Travis is our culprit? You're going too fast, Watson. Even if Travis made a nice culprit, many elements quickly proved to me that he couldn't be implicated in all the murders. First off, his article clearly shows that he could never enter the tomb, and thus commit the first murder. Then, a conversation with Luther Tenney, who led the investigation on the death of Weatherby, clearly proved to me that he couldn't be implicated in the second. Moreover, Tenney, by telling me of the tormented voyage of the Eastern Empress, gave me one of the missing keys. Why would Weatherby, in the middle of a storm, feel the need to verify the contents of the expedition's crates? probably because he realized that an item of great value was missing. From then on, only one person could have stolen that item from the tomb. You mean James Windibank? Yes, Watson, Windibank. With Turnbull and Weatherby dead, Travis out of the loop, there remains only him. When Feld mentioned his insistence at being named at the head of this expedition, I started being suspicious about him. The conversation with Tenny only confirmed my doubts, but I was lacking motive, and I thus consulted Langdale Pike about Windibank. He revealed to me that Windibank, madly in love with his wife, was spending a fortune to keep up her lifestyle. From then on, everything was clear. Windibank was probably paid to bring back an item from the tomb. He was unfortunately surprised by Turnbull and killed him, disguising his misdeed and improvising around a curse. But of course, Weatherby didn't believe that story, and probably guessed Windibank's implication when he saw him chatting with Akram Fahmy, who was apparently transporting a highly precious object. He wanted to be certain, and thus looked for proof in the inventory. But Windibank was wary, and thus killed the poor Weatherby, giving at the same time importance to the story of the curse. But then how did he die as well? Come on, Watson, think. Who remains? Travis, of course. And for him, the motive is rather simple to imagine. Travis, Egyptology student, and never far from the murders, probably guessed that the mummy didn't have much to do with this whole thing. However, he understood that he could take advantage of this story of a curse to take revenge on Windibank, all the while being covered by the story invented by the latter. The irony is, in the end, Windibank was a victim of his own plot. I agree, Holmes. It was a simple case, I must admit.
I think we can all agree
Holmes
there.
solved this in 4 leads: London University, The Times, Luther Tenney, and Langdale Pike. He also used the following articles from the newspapers: Recent excavations in Egypt, 17th August 1888, archaeologist dead in mummy's tomb, 5th March 1889, shipping departures, 5th March 1889, and mummy strikes again, 12th April 1889. His score is 100
Wait,
points.
Who's Pike?
Langdale Pike is one of our informants.
Okay.
Pike is the underground guy, right?
The one I
No.
asked
No.
there. Yeah,
Langdale
Wait.
Pike. No,
Is
Langdale
the
Pike.
social
Porky is.
communist. Langdale Pike is the social
Columnist.
communist, knows all London society gossip.
Columnist.
What did I say?
Communist.
communist.
Oh.
Communist. I'm like, that's
Why
very
giving us a red scare there?
written yet.
He's a social communist. What does that even mean?
Oh no.
Aren't they
Soviet
like?
anthem intensifies.
I really wish I had that soundbite right now.
So, what was our score?
Perfect.
90.
No, we got 100.
Minus 10.
Yeah, so 90.
No,
No,
the
but we
bonus
got
questions.
because you get 100 for the first questions and then bonus points for the bonus questions.
Yeah, and we got all the bonus questions, right?
Oh.
How much
Yeah.
were the bonus questions?
The
Sorry.
first one's like
Tally it
20.
all up and subtract 10, Mark.
The bonus questions were worth
Come on, math major.
30. We got 120,
Suck
Very
it,
good.
Sherlock.
It was Sherlock.
and we didn't even go to 2 of the clues that he went to.
Yeah, because he's stupid.
Well, it's probably why I went to 2 more than he did.
Well, we wouldn't have gotten the bonus questions if we went to the same place as he did.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got. So if we went to
True.
one less place, we would not have gotten the whole Fahmy thing.
What?
Although,
Okay. What were our last two
even
places
if
we
we
went to?
heard, even if we heard that bonus question, I think we could have been like, yeah, it was a guy who had been eyeballing him the whole trip.
We would not have gotten the golden statue though.
That is true,
We would have
And
just
that
known it
was
was a
worth-
box. Yeah.
and that was worth 20 points. So yeah, I guess it was semi. It was more important to figure out what than the who.
So that was really worth 15 points for us because it cost us 5 to go there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
good job, Cameron. You
was
did.
an easy
You did
case.
call it out. All right, Fahmy. You know, gotta say.
Yeah, and we figured out the shit with the why he was looking through the crates. I couldn't put those two things together, like why he was suspicious of
Don't be suspicious.
Sure.
Windibank.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah,
Wunderbar.
that was exciting.
I'm saying
Mark, are you
Wunderbar.
excited to go to the bowling alley?
Really.
What? They're not closed yet. You can still fix it tonight.
No, John's coming back in at 10:30, so I'm probably
Okay.
gonna head over there when I'll probably head over there in like 20 minutes.
Oh, 10:30 tonight.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant in the morning.
No, we have class.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go delete all these. Resolve that. Delete that. Delete that note. Delete that note. So, Mark, how'd you think of the newspapers that we get to go back and check?
I mean, I thought that was useful this time for like once or twice.
Do you
I don't know.
regret going all the way back to the first one we had?
No,
Okay.
doesn't hurt to check.
Did you read all of them back up to that point?
I glanced through them. I didn't
Okay.
like read in depth. I just was looking at the title of the articles and was like, is this relevant? Yes or no? Where are my AirPods? Yes, I
Did
checked my butt.
you?
Leave
Yes,
him on
I
a
did.
date.
Okay,
Did you
I'm gonna
leave him on
switch
a
over.
date?
Yeah.
I'll switch over to my phone.
So how's everybody doing? We haven't talked in a week.
Man, I talked to you for like 30 minutes before people got on. Don't ask me that question, you stupid idiot.
Oh, I can ask the other people in the room. I'm not always asking you. Cameron, how's Neo coming?
Well, I haven't played since the last time we played, so it's coming exactly the same as it did then.
Matt's like, I'm just trying to be friendly, goddammit.
I'm trying to create some
You can
content.
try asking better questions next time.
What happened? What did I miss?
I'm trying to create
Shut up, Mark.
content, and these guys are like,
Ow.
"Shut up, you idiot!"
So rude.
I know, right? Joe, how's your life going?
Meh.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Not all of us get government jobs that require us to move out of fucking state.
See, I'm also keeping busy. Like I'm trying to upgrade my 3D printer right now. I printed off like a new extruder
You don't have
for
money
it.
for that kind of stuff, Matt.
I got
like
I got a mini computer for it to run special software. I set up like I got my own soldering station going.
All right, I'm gonna go pay to do laundry real quick. So
I may use the bathroom,
I
as you can
have,
probably hear.
we can.
yeah, I have my own washer and dryer too. Yeah.
Well,
You know,
we get it,
IKEA
you're
doesn't have
rich.
the legs for my desk that they sell. So
Go to Home Depot then.
Yeah, I went to Home Depot and I have 4 planks of wood that I had them cut. But like, I want to just get proper legs I can screw into it.
You should have 3D printed them like an adult.
They're 27 inches tall, or 27 and a half. My thing only prints up to like 9 inches in one direction.
You never heard of glue?
That's not very strong.
You're not very strong, huh? How
Like,
does that make
I'm
you
saying
feel?
the plastic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm only 127 pounds. Like, you're not wrong. I am not very strong.
Wait, Matt, how tall are you?
5'10".
You're 5'10" and only 125 pounds?
Yeah, my driver's license says I'm 5'7", 111 pounds. I have to get a new
Damn.
one out here in Ohio. So, yeah, I have not gained weight since my junior year of high school.
Nice.
Yeah, I know it's cringe, chat.
My driver's license says I'm 5'10", 180, so we're going to keep it that way.
Cameron, what does yours say?
Let me find it.
Yeah, when you can't actually remember.
Cameron, the taxi driver. I don't know. I haven't looked at my driver's license in
sorry, it
20
says I'm
years.
5'6".
Well, what the
and
fuck do I
111 pounds.
look? Who looks at their driver's license?
I don't know. People. Police officers.
I have to get a new one since I'm out here now. So,
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, did I tell you what they don't call it the DMV out here?
What do they call it?
The BMV.
What?
B as in like Bumblebee.
Oh, bureau.
Yeah, it's bureau. The motor vehicles, not department.
Yeah. Like,
I was
no,
like-
not department. That's why we call it out here.
No, they call it the department.
Semantics.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing, really. Hopefully, it's not as slow.
I was gonna say, I bet it's a lot quicker though.
A lot less people.
So, do they have the since they call it the BMV? Do they also have the FDI, the Federal Department of Investigation?
You know, that's a national thing. I don't think that changes per state. I guess
I'm
it's
pretty sure
federal.
each state has its own branch, though.
Well, yeah, but it's still connected to the main thing.
Mark just used the toilet.
I did.
He
I
said he
told
was
you I
on the
using
restroom.
Why didn't you mute yourself?
He did,
did.
until he started talking.
Not very well.
I did
Yeah, you didn't
until
mute.
I had to flush.
You didn't mute yourself very well, Mark. We only heard you go and pee a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
No, we heard the full flush. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but see, you missed the part where I was actually taking a shit. So there you
As
go.
long as you wash your
Badly.
hands.
He's
What do you
watching.
think I'm doing right now?
I don't
what
hear
I'm
it.
talking
I just hear
about.
static.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Janice.
All right, Janice. Anyway, that was fun.
Mark, do you have a bidet?
Do I have a bidet? No, I don't.
Jake just
Dude,
sent
have
me
you
a
guys had
link
bidets?
to a $27 bidet on Amazon.
That's a steal.
I looked into
Yeah.
getting a bidet. I wanted a heated
I'm pretty
one.
sure it was plastic.
Turns out the heated thing needs to be connected to like the hot end of your sink,
It does, yeah.
which
Or
is
your hot water heater.
yeah,
That's
which is
the one I looked at.
across
It's
the
a
way.
non-electric. It just shoots water up your butt crack.
Yeah.
Matt, you're still streaming, right?
Yeah, I'm totally still streaming. I looked into
It's
getting
a
a
hose
bidet.
for your booty hole.
I wanted
It's a
I
hose for
I
your
wanted
booty
the
hole.
bidet, but I wanted the heated one. But I'm like, I can't run the pipe, like the plastic pipe, to like unless I run it around the freaking door.
Hey man,
Or
now
I
that you're
haven't-
making that government money,
I haven't been
if you
paid
pay
yet,
me, I'll
dude.
just spit on your butt.
I
Hey
haven't
guys,
been paid
I just
yet.
want to say that I'll give you a hose for your booty hole.
Yeah, they have a
Oh,
weird thing.
man.
This
Hey,
weird company I'm
have you
working
guys
at.
seen that anus scanner?
Is that a cyanide happiness thing?
What?
Yeah, there's some like technology that
No.
it's like in Australia or something. Yeah,
No.
they,
Of course it would be.
it's like an ID, like a fingerprint, but it's an asshole print.
It's
Do you
like
want to know
way
why
more
it's in
secure.
You know,
Australia?
that works out
It's
because I have
it's down
eczema.
under.
Oh my
What?
God.
I said it's in Australia because it's down under.
I know. I was
That's
talking
why
about the
it's a butt
eczema
scan.
thing.
I have
no, was
eczema,
talking
so
about the butt
my
scan.
fingerprints. I don't really have fingerprints because my eczema dries my hands out, and so they don't register. So an anus print would be perfect because it's very moist down there.
All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys.
Oh my god.
I swear, the first like 5-10 minutes of these streams are always like that's what gets people gone. But like if they just stay to the end, that's where all the good stuff is.
Maybe don't start the stream until the end next time. All right, so we're wrapping up now.
That's what I'm basically doing our D&D campaign, just skipping over everything after the rocks fall. I think was the last time we actually the toilet recognizes your butthole and uploads photos to the cloud.
Awesome.
It's a real thing.
Jesus.
I thought you were talking about like a cyanide happiness thing because they actually like did that years ago, like a butt scanner. But
Oh, man. All right, I do actually have to go do laundry.
okay,
I do actually have to go back to work.
you're not leaving yet. Hey, Mark, you want
It's
to
easy for you to say, Jerry. You don't have
Am I
to
not
get up
leaving
in the
yet?
morning.
What time is it? I mean, I could probably head back.
He's not gonna be there till 10:30, another hour. And wait,
Yeah,
you gonna help Henry close? I don't think he needs help closing,
that's
I
true.
didn't even know Henry
not.
lived in San Luis Obispo.
considering he went to
Yeah, he
school there.
walked. We walked
You
here.
walked? He was like, Kyle was like, "Hey, do you want me to drive you back?" And Henry was on like Partridge, and he was like, "No, I'll just walk there."
No.
Okay.
No,
no.
he
So-
came over to my house and then all of a sudden was gone. And just like, where is Henry?
He's like, I'm at work.
If you remember, but that happened multiple times on that same day. Like I went to
Yes.
go get him twice before he like
Oh,
left for
yes.
good.
Yes. No, I'm highly aware of this. I was there. That was ridiculous. Why? Like that was almost as ridiculous as, oh my god, who invited okay, it was Shannon and Danielle
Shannon's-
Cuddy.
Oh my god.
But who was there? Emily? That wasn't Emily. Was it Emily?
I hope it wasn't Emily. She sucked.
What's her last name?
Who's
Emily?
Emily?
Emily Blunt.
No.
What is her
What
last
is-
name?
All I know is one of them invited some other person to my birthday party that was not invited to my birthday party. And then they were just super weird the entire time.
That happened with me. Mark got invited to my birthday party, and then he was just hitting bombs at the wiffle ball park at AT&T. And I was like,
Yeah, they-
"Who invited this guy?"
You did.
Yeah, but
Or
it's
your
funny you're-
family did. I don't know if you did. I think it was
I
your
didn't
mom.
have friends, Mark.
I
so
like
my
how
mom
Mark is the
invited me.
type to go to a party and then just go to the sports area and just
No,
not.
it was literally at AT&T Park on the wiffle
Yeah.
ball field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they made me hit left-handed to try
Yes.
to keep it in the park, and then I almost hit one out again, and then they were like, "Yeah." And then
Well,
I think
okay.
I topped.
Let's talk about this. It's a wiffle ball. That's really impressive.
Yeah, but the field isn't very big because it's like the kids thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
know.
was also like what 12, so I was kind of a kid.
kind of a kid.
Mark, were you at I think it was Jake's 21st, the one at Robert's house?
No, I have never been
I
to
was.
Robert's house.
You were?
Never been to Bobber's?
Do you remember when like 50 Hispanic guys showed up in a bunch of trucks, like
Oh, maybe
halfway
I
through the
wasn't.
night?
Maybe I either wasn't or I was much too drunk.
This is what happens.
Yeah,
when
I
you're
was worried
invited to a
about
new
like the
friend
building
group.
code because there was like 200 people there, and then
I have no idea.
For
what these people
People were
Jake's
climbing-
21st birthday?
well, because people who had no idea who the fuck he was just heard about a party and showed up. So that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
they
There was like
just showed up?
50 guys who didn't speak English,
God.
and they're like, "Whose birthday are you here for?" They're like, I was like, "Yeah, exactly."
Yeah,
The fuck outta here.
Oh my god,
That
that's
was
so ridiculous.
fucking horrible. And I got drunk, and then I was like, I wanted to leave, but I was like, I don't know if I can make it down the ladder.
See, that's why I've like, even though I am usually the sober one and always the sober one at those parties, just like, no, the fact that you have to climb a ladder, like, no, I'm not about
For
that.
you. Hey, no one ever
Sober-
fell off. No one ever fell off
sober-
the ladder.
Sure, but sober or not, I ain't climbing a ladder to attend Jake's 21st birthday party.
Not with that attitude.
Plus, I was probably working, if anything.
All right, I'm going to do laundry. So,
Bye.
okay, I love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Hey, Alec, I got a question for you first.
Uh huh.
Is there any way I could
I'll
play
have the
Ha-
salmon.
I was gonna say, is Halo? What consoles is it gonna be on? Just Xbox?
Crossplay.
Oh, it's
It's
crossplay.
all of
It'll be on PC.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I was saying.
Except it's not on PlayStation, but it's on PC and Xbox.
So Mark can't play with us.
That's fine.
You don't. I don't think Mark wants to play Halo.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mark doesn't
but if
wanna
we're
play
all
Halo.
playing together and like 2v2s or something like that, I don't know who's ever gonna be playing. Could be fun to have Mark there too.
Joe probably will because he loves Halo, but he's not like super excited for it until it comes out and he sees it. So that's kind of a
So we put Mark
coin
and Joe
toss.
on opposite teams and they balance each other out.
no, because Joe's really good at Halo.
Oh,
I can confirm I suck.
so it doesn't matter what team we put Mark on.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah, bye, man. Well, I'm better at FPSs on a keyboard and mouse anyways than I am controller.
I mean, I'm definitely down for some Neo.
Right now?
No, I gotta go into the bowling alley and like jackass.
I know it's like 12:40 here.
I know.
I've had one consistent viewer this entire time.
I
welcome.
forgot.
Ducks
I'm
Unlimited 12.
sorry.
You the real only.
I'm sorry.
When does
And
everybody work tomorrow?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, and then I have
So-
league.
2 p.m. my time. Okay, well, I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I will be playing Neo periodically.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hop on until 9:30 because I have league after work.
Gotcha.
So
I work at 6 on Friday.
Friday, sure. Yeah. So
6
like
a.m.
Wednesdays right now, or yeah, Wednesday nights are like the only time. Or I guess we also did what? It was like a Friday night that one time.
Yeah, we also do the weekends.
Yeah, Friday night, Wednesday night, and Friday night. Because Saturdays I work 6 to 10, and Sundays I work 5 to 10.
You should go back to being unemployed because it's more convenient for me.
And you can like
On
over
it,
level
dude.
yourself again.
I've already told, like Tim knows, and like again, even though Tim don't see eye to eye on the fact that his girlfriend sucks, like
Is that on the internet?
what's that?
I have not stopped streaming yet.
Oh well, just cut that part
Okay.
out.
Yep, I'm gonna go down and I'm
He's
gonna
watching the stream. He's the one viewer. That's the secret. I wasn't actually on there at all.
Go
No,
to the
dude.
ending real fast. Okay, you're clear. All right, thanks for watching part of this recap. Probably be streaming a lot more in the next couple days, next couple weeks, whatever. But I gotta get all this stuff uploaded anyways. All right, bye.